Hey, house guests, welcome to today's Big Brother 25 updates and spoilers. Hope you're all having a fantastic Tuesday so far. Oh my goodness, everybody is begging for my mom's Meredith Marks impression. Mom, I know you're listening in the other room. Make sure you pull that out when you come back in here at the end because the people want it. New episode tonight. Woo! But anyway, we're talking about Big Brother. Our house guests of the day are Sandra Morellas and Colena. Thank you both so much for the support. We could not do this without you, and we appreciate it so, so much. So thank you again. And if you guys want to be house guests of the day, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. It's only $1 for a holla, and we have many, many spaces left for this season. So give it a go. I also want to thank our super chatters from yesterday because that's another fantastic way to support our work. So Wendy Will, Camilla Gamba, Susan Pengili, Mark Brujalo, Angela H, True Teddy, Benjamin, and Sandra Morellas. One of our house guests, one of our house guests of the day. Thank you all so much for your super chats yesterday. Oh my goodness. Now I'm just thinking about Real Housewives of Salt Lake City and I'm getting super pumped. But anyway, when we left off yesterday, they just had the power veto ceremony. And after a real will they, won't they, Sam and Diane, Cameron decided not to use the power veto, which means that Felicia and Mimi remain on the block, and Felicia is the target. She is Cameron's target. He has made that very obvious this week. So there were lots of discussions leading up to the POV ceremony about a potential backdoor move. Cameron really wanted to bust this game wide open, use the veto on Felicia, and put up Corey. But as he said a million times, he was only going to do it if the other two fugitives, Matt and Jag, were on board. Matt, very much on board to take out Corey, right? He really wants to make this move because he wants Jag all to himself. But Jag squashed this potential backdoor plan. He fought really hard for Corey. He's insisting to Cameron, Corey is not targeting you. You don't have to worry about him, which honestly is true. Corey, believe it or not, is not targeting Cameron right now. Why not? Maybe you should rethink that. Corey's number one target in this moment is Blue. And I don't even know if Cameron would be his next target after Blue's gone. So people are feeling really good about Cameron at this point. What? So anyway, Jag was nervous. One of the reasons he was campaigning so hard for Corey to stay off the block, he was nervous that if Corey went this week, everybody's going to target Cameron the week after. And after that, he and Matt would be the two biggest targets left. They would also be the only two men left in the game, and they will have lost all of their other shields, right? They would be the two biggest targets, and they're worried people would come after them. So Jag was pushing, let's leave Corey alone. And let's keep pitting Corey and Blue against each other. So if either of them win HOH, they will target each other and not any of us three fugitives. So eventually, Matt and Cameron both give in. After a certain point, Matt totally gave up and he was arguing on the same side as Jag against Cameron wanting to use the veto. So they give up. And that's that, right? We saw that the veto wasn't used. Corey had no idea about all the scheming that was going on behind his back. He was feeling great about Cameron. Cameron was this close to putting you up on the block. But Cameron is going along with the plan to pit Corey and Blue against each other. And he let Corey know, hey, Blue was trying really hard to get me to backdoor you this week, which is true. But there were a lot of other people involved who were also pushing for that. But anyway, Corey, he expected this, right? He knows that Blue is after him. He's freaked out by it for sure. But he's also wondering, why am I hearing this from Cameron instead of Jag and Matt? Because he figures Jag and Matt are both pretty close to Blue. So there's a really good chance that she was sharing this information with them. Why are they not bringing this back to me? Why am I not hearing about this from them? All right. In other news, we're going to come back to that. In other news, apparently Felicia and America were yelling at each other after the POV ceremony before the feeds came back. So we missed all of that deliciousness. I hope we're going to see it on probably Thursday's episode, right? Since it happened after the POV ceremony. But Felicia decided to call out Corey on his shady gameplay. I think she even started off her speech like, Big Brother, I don't know how you're going to edit this, but what? It sounds wild, and I really hope we get to hear it. But anyway, she's calling out Corey, and Corey wanted no part of this. So Corey ran away, and America was defending his honor, right? Going toe to toe with Felicia. I need to see this. Okay, so let's talk about the new stuff. Felicia was talking to Cameron and Jag in the kitchen, and Felicia's like, so how badly do you guys think I just blew up my game? With that whole back and forth with America. And Cameron's like, what game? Oh! And Felicia says, this game. So Cameron jokes, yeah, it's blown. Maybe he wasn't joking. But he says, you got to say what you got to say, right? I don't expect you to go hard against Mimi in your campaigning. And he says, it's a tough game for you at this point, right? If you're not going to be campaigning against her. So at least you got some stuff off of your chest. He says, you spoke your truth. I commend you. And as far as game goes, I don't know. I can't tell you what's going to happen, right? He says there's still plenty of time for game conversations and for one-on-ones. So Felicia's like, yeah, I'm never going to blow up Mimi's game. I'm never going to go against her. I'm not going to campaign against her. She says she genuinely loves her some Mimi. So is that why she keeps trying to campaign against like Corey and Sari, basically? Neither of whom are nominated. Anyway, meanwhile, Corey is talking to Blue. And Corey, the target of Felicia's attack, Corey says, I got nothing but respect for Felicia. And he says the blow up made him respect her even more, right? Because she's going for it as a viewer. He loves this. He would be, if he was watching this, he'd be like, yeah, go get him. And he's hoping if he ends up in a spot like Felicia, that he'll have as much fight as her, right? And be able to fight for his game. On the other hand, America is pissed. She's talking to Bowie and Matt in the HOH room about how she cannot wait to see Felicia leave this week. She won't be going to jury. America's like, thank God, I can't deal with her. And she's really annoyed because she says Felicia would not be here without me and Corey, right? Because those are the two that really flipped the vote to save her when she was up on the block against Izzy. So America is pretty pissed about how it all went down. All right. So then Corey and Jag chat outside. And it's important to know Cameron at this point has already given Jag a heads up that he has started throwing Blue under the bus to Corey. So now Jag knows he can talk about this and he doesn't have to be all like secretive about it. So Corey's like, yeah, Cameron talked to me earlier and he let me know that Blue was trying to get me backdoored this week. And Jag's like, oh yeah, Matt and I spent so much time fighting for your life in this game, which is true, sort of. It's true on Jag's part. Jag fought so hard and basically like single-handedly saved Corey's game this week. Matt, on the other hand, he definitely wanted Corey to go up on the block. He definitely fueled the fire with Cameron quite a bit until, like I said, he kind of gave up when he saw that Jag was not budging on it. But Corey wants to know, was Cameron into this idea of me being backdoor this week? Jag says, no, like it's not even like that. He was just trying to figure out like what was going on. This is such a vague and not definitive answer. Cameron was definitely into the move and pushing for it hard. So Jag does not want Corey targeting Cameron, though, at this point, right? So he's not sharing that information. But Jag says, I've been telling Cameron that you are not targeting him, which again is true. So Corey says, well, I know that that's true. I know that that's what you've been telling him because otherwise I'd be on the block right now, right? If Cameron thought that I was truly coming after him, he would have put me up on the block. So Corey is telling Jag, I trust you more and more every day. But I do have to ask you, what has Blue been saying about all this to you and Matt? Right? Because again, he heard this from Cameron. and not from Jag and Matt. So Jag's like, oh, well, Blue has been getting bolder lately. She's been saying that you're not good for her game and she wants you out. And I'm just like, "Bleh." That's basically what he said. Um, so Jag tells Corey, you need to be really careful with Blue. Yeah. So then Corey says, at this point, honestly, it's hard for me to even think about targeting anyone other than Blue. I mean, you could think about it a little more. Maybe think about targeting Cameron because I could just see them keeping Cameron next week and then Cameron wins HOH the following week again. But Jag agrees. He says, yeah, Blue should be the next target for sure. So Corey says he really appreciates Jag and Matt both vouching for him. And he says, yeah, Cameron's going to have to go at some point, but not next week, right? We're good with Cameron for now. Oh my God. And he says, I am going to throw Blue under the bus to Cameron all week. Cameron's going to love that, right? That's exactly what he wants to hear from Corey. And Corey does really mean what he's saying about it. He wants Blue to go. So Corey says he just wishes that Jag and Matt would have told him about Blue trying to get him backdoored earlier on, right? I mean, it's been for a while now, but he's under the assumption that this is like a really recent development. And Jag's like, no, I get what you're saying, but I didn't want to tell you in America and then maybe you guys like start acting differently and it's gonna like throw things off with Cameron before the POV ceremony. So that's why he kept it hush hush. Okay. So a few minutes later, Felicia campaigns to Jag outside. And Felicia's like, all right, listen, I know I said a lot earlier, referring to her call out after the POV ceremony, right? But she says, everything I said is true. I have been watching Corey scam people this whole damn game, and he knows that he's done it. Not scam people. Felicia's annoyed that Corey keeps pushing that her and Mimi are a duo. I mean, come on. That's obvious, right? And she starts talking about how she had pitched earlier in the day to America that Corey should be the one to go this week. And honestly, it was an unhinged pitch. Felicia is telling America, like, wouldn't it be so awesome to have 4 women in the final 4? Now, I believe this was actually a conversation that they had during Mimi's reward dinner from the pressure cooker, right? So Felicia's bringing it up again, like, wouldn't it be so cool to have 4 women in the final 4? And she's telling America, in order for this to happen, Corey's going to have to go. So you should go to Cameron and push him to use the veto on me and put up Corey. Yes, she actually made that pitch to America, Corey's showmance, the one that he lays with. Wild. So yeah. Anyway, Felicia tells Jag, I feel like my game is not over yet. I've got more game left to play. I know that I can be very blunt and very bold, but that's who I am. And Jag's like, yeah, that's why you're on here, right? So Felicia says, because I am so blunt and so bold, I can be a shield for you guys. I can make any moves that you don't want to make. I would be willing to do that. And she says, I feel good with you, Matt, Sari, and Mimi. I mean, if she stays, Mimi goes. But anyway, she says, even though Sari did some stuff, I kind of feel like we've recovered from that. I think we're good again until the next thing. She says, at the end of the day, you got to trust somebody, right? So she's trusting Sari at this point, even though she keeps talking crap about her. So Felicia says, Cameron is fake. After his HOH is over, he's going to go back to sitting in a room by himself again. Ooh. Corey and America are only out for themselves. They have deliberately lost competitions so that they don't have to show where they stand. She warns Jag to be careful with Corey. She says Corey pretends to be asleep so that he can listen to people's conversations, and then he feeds bits of info to different people. What? I don't know exactly what she's referring to with the pretending to sleep and listening to people's conversations part, because I don't recall that happening. Maybe, but I don't recall. I have a feeling she is trying to claim that Jared did not tell Corey about the brown sugar babes. She's saying that Corey must have overheard them talking about it or something, but we know for a fact that Jared was the one who spilled about the Brown Sugar Babes Alliance to Corey. And yes, it was like week 3 or something, but she doesn't want to believe it. So anyway, Felicia's saying she hopes that she can get votes from Jag, Matt, Bowie, and Sari. This feels like such a random group, but I guess she figures she can't get the other 3, right? So it's kind of a process of elimination here. And she says, I know I'm not going to make it to the end, and I'm okay with that, but I would at least like to make it to the jury house, right? She especially wants to make it to that jury because Cameron was like, I don't want you in the jury house. So it's almost like a personal thing at this point. But she's telling Jag, I want to be here to take out Corey, to take out America, to take out Cameron. And she says to Jag, I don't know what alliances you've made with Cameron, but you need to know, you have to know that he is not going to sit next to you or Matt in the end, right? He's not going to want to go to the end with you two, but he might let Goofy Head sit next to him. Not Goofy Head. So I believe she's referring to Corey. Goofy Head. Anyway, Felicia says, even if I do go home, I'm excited to have made it 65 days. You know, that's awesome. But she says, again, I think I can be a better shield for you than Mimi can. And she says, I don't really have any real reason to lie to you. Just, I want you to think about your path to the end. Okay. Very interesting pitch. A lot of stuff in there. But anyway, a little later, Jag and Matt have a check-in out by the hammock. And honestly, they're feeling pretty good about how things have worked out here, right? They're feeling like it was the right call to not use the veto this week, to keep Corey around. And then it couldn't have worked out better for them to have Felicia try and blow up Corey's game at the POV ceremony, right? They want attention drawn to Corey so that people will target Corey before they target the two of them. So Matt says, no one's really targeting us right now except for Felicia, and she's going to be going this week. So who cares? They suspect that Blue and Mimi are closer than they previously thought. And a lot of this is because Mimi had house guest choice for the veto and she picked Blue to play. So they're like, oh, well, she wouldn't do that for nothing. Like, there's got to be something going on there. These two got to be super close. Not really. I mean, they've talked a little bit of game. I will say they've talked more game in the last like week or two than they have for the whole rest of the season. But like, I wouldn't say that they're super close, but everybody is like convinced of this now. So Jag is saying we're going to have to sever that soon. Actually, maybe it was Matt. I don't remember who said it, but Jag and Matt agree. They're going to have to be split up at some point. So Matt is also saying we cannot let Blue or Mimi win HOH next week. We can't trust them. And a lot of people are suspecting that it's going to be the slip and slide HOH competition. You got to fill up your big jug or whatever with a really small scoop. That one. I don't know why they're thinking it's going to be this, but that's what they're suspecting. We'll see. And everybody's been trying to come up with strategies for this. Like, okay, this person is going to go for safety. This person's going to go for money. This person's going to go for the win, to try and like block their rivals from getting those things. It's been a lot of like planning about this. But anyway, they feel like they have a really good chance to win the slip and slide competition. So they're hoping it's going to be that. I definitely think that Matt would probably have the best chance, right? And then Jag. So they're right about that. But anyway, Jag is saying, what if we kept Felicia this week? You know this was coming, but it was a very quick turnaround. So Matt's like, oh, after everything that happened, you know, like all the drama with Felicia calling out Corey, Matt says that would be good for us. Jag agrees it could be very good for the two of us and for Cameron, because if Felicia stays, she's going to be targeting Corey in America, and they will be targeting her and Blue. And also, we would be getting rid of Mimi, who, let's face it, is a stronger competitor than Felicia. So they're thinking about it. They know they need 4 votes this week to pull something like this off, and they're not sure that they can get that 4th vote. They're assuming that Bowie will be on board with what they want to do. So that's 3, but who would be number 4? They don't know. Jag says it's definitely interesting to think about it. So then Felicia interrupts the conversation. She comes over and she starts pitching to Matt. And it's a similar pitch to what she said to Jag earlier. She's like, again, I know I said a lot during my little outburst, but she says it was all true. I trust you two, I trust Sari, and I trust Mimi. And she says, I can help you all get further in this game. except for Mimi, because again, if Felicia stays, Mimi's gone. But she says, I won't vote against any of you. She's saying you can't trust Corey in America. Bowie is just floating around. You can't really do anything with that. But she also says, I don't want to see people make it far in this game who've never had to show their hand and have played the game through everyone else. I just don't understand this argument when it comes to Corey, and a lot of people have tried to make it. Corey won HOH during the double eviction and targeted Jared. Are we not counting this because it didn't go through because of the twist? It still happened, but everybody's trying to claim, everybody meaning people in the house, are trying to claim that Corey is just like using other people to get through the game. What? He won HOH and took a huge shot. But anyway, Felicia's saying they don't deserve to be here. Okay, I mean, that's what you're saying, whatever. So then Felicia's saying that's all I have to say for now, and she walks away. All right. So Jag and Matt go back to talking about the vote, and they're realizing the fourth vote would either have to be Corey, America, Blue, or Suri. They don't know who it would be, but they're like, let's not talk about it with anyone for now, except for possibly Cameron and Bowie, right? We don't need this getting out there and then people hear about it. So Jag is like, low key though, we can't actually do it because we would be going against Corey in America for no reason, right? Why would we do this? It would definitely be a bad look to keep Felicia after what she did to Corey. So Matt says, yeah, it would kind of just be like for the drama at that point. But Matt is wondering, could we use the angle that we'd be splitting up Blue and Mimi? Could that be our way to explain it to Corey in America and try and get them on board with this? I mean, it's possible, right? And Jag says, if Mimi goes, again, it's going to be a lot easier for us to win all of the competitions. All right. I don't know if this flip has legs, but we'll see. So then Felicia is continuing on the campaign trail. Next stop, Bowie Jane. And she's like, yeah, I can be a buffer for you guys. I'm willing to make big moves, bold moves, and I'm willing to step on toes that you can't step on yourself. I'm going to go at some point anyway. So I'm willing to make the big moves. And Bowie's like, oh, it's an interesting selling point. Felicia says, this was my favorite part of this pitch. Felicia says, at my age, I can say and do stuff that you can't, and I can get away with it. It definitely seems like as people get older, their filter gets thinner and thinner, right? So that made me laugh. But anyway, I'm just thinking of some of the crazy shit that my grandma used to say and get away with it. But anyway, Felicia says, let me do your dirty work, and then you can kick me out around final 5, final 6, whatever, you know? And she says, I'm just giving you food for thought. I want you 4, meaning Bowie, Jag, Matt, and Suri, to talk about it and then get back to me. Let me know what you're thinking. And she says, I only need 4 votes. Okay. She figures she's not going to get Corey in America, you know, because of what happened. It was kind of dumb to go off on them like that when you could potentially use their votes this week. And she doesn't know where Blue's at. She doesn't even know if it's really worth pitching to Blue this week. All right. Speaking of Blue, the target on Blue's back is growing. Matt, Jag, and Cameron are continuing to throw her under the bus to Corey in America, pushing that she was trying to get Corey backdoored this week, which again is absolutely true. But she wasn't the only one doing that. They're sure selling it like that, though. And there's been a lot of talk about nominating Blue and Mimi next week, with Blue as the primary target. So Corey and America are feeling much comfier now than they were a few days ago with Matt, Jag, and Cameron, now that these guys are spilling this Blue information to them. Be careful. Okay, so later, Felicia was talking to Mimi and Suri in the comics bedroom. And Felicia's like, I just told Corey and America that I do not want to talk to them today. Not a good idea. But I will talk to them sometime tomorrow. Meaning today, Tuesday. Oh boy. She's got some plans for these conversations. She says, I want to talk to them separately. And I'm going to ask America, what made you feel like you needed to say anything to me? Because my whole conversation was really geared at Corey. Why did you think you needed to come at me and attack me the way that you did? Oh, we need to see this combo. She says, you felt the need to go on the attack to protect your man who clearly did not protect you. Oh, shit. I hope we at least get to see this conversation, being that we missed the original, because I feel like this has the potential to go pretty wild. Felicia says she's going to tell America, girl, you don't ever get to come at me like that because I didn't come at you like that. And she says, everything I said about Corey is true. He's been lying, cheating, stealing, and listening at the walls this whole season. It definitely sounds like it's one of those situations where he's got like the cup with the string on it, or like the cup against the wall. I haven't seen him do that. But Cirie is laughing during this rant, enjoying the show. And Felicia says, I don't give an F about these Nimwads. So Cirie and Mimi are laughing and they're like, it's Nimrods, not Nimwads. Definitely giving me vibes of Alyssa on Drag Race. Camptown ladies sing their song, do wah. Yeah. Anyway, they're having a good time with it, and then Felicia's like apologizing to God that she called them Nimwads, and like she's like, my heart, blah blah blah. I'm a human. Okay. So then Corey and America chat in the bathroom, and Corey says, I think we're in a much better spot than we thought we were. And he says, I think we still have Matt, Jag, and Cameron. I mean, they do for the moment, but who knows what's going to happen next week. He says, the bad news is we also know that we don't have Mimi and Blue, right? Blue definitely coming for us. Mimi, because of her proximity now to Blue, they assume she is also after them. And they're realizing maybe we shouldn't have made that fake alliance with Mimi and Felicia. Like, what was the point of that actually? Was it worth it now that it's coming out and people are like freaked out about it? They're saying also that they never called it a Final Four, which I don't know that that's true because I feel like I do remember them saying Final Four, but maybe not. I don't know. But anyway, it's semantics. So then they talk about what they see the rest of the game looking like for them, or mostly like Endgame scenarios. They talk about moving forward with Matt, Jag, and Cameron. You really want to do that? Corey acknowledges this is going to be a really tough path for us to get to the end if we stick with them. And Corey says someone from that group will undoubtedly end up getting picked off. And he says ideally for him, Jag is the one to get cut at some point. Damn, this is very brutal. After Jag fought so hard to save him, Corey would like to see Jag go out of the group. Oh my God. Ruthless. America says she would prefer Matt to be the one to go. And Corey's like, yeah, but Jag is going to be so much stronger at those endgame competitions than Matt. And America's like, you know what? You're right. Okay. All right. So Corey says he does not hate the idea of actually going to the Final Four with Matt and Jag, but again, it's going to be tough for them, right? Because those two are super strong competitors. They agree that the chances of them both making the final two are very slim, but Corey feels that they would have a chance if they can win some of those competitions, like Final Four veto, right? They need to be in spots where they're making decisions. But anyway, I'm just shook that Corey's like, I'd be fine with Jag leaving. What? All right. Late last night, Jag, Matt, Corey, and America had a chat, and there was some talk of potentially flipping the vote. They're really just kind of like running through scenarios. And of course, they're like, Mimi is a better competitor than Felicia. Corey is also worried about how close Mimi and Blue seem to have gotten because, of course, he knows Blue is targeting him. So he's like, if Mimi wins HOH, is she going to come after me? Is she going to do what Blue wants? Corey says one of the biggest problems with potentially keeping Felicia instead of Mimi, Cameron is not down with this plan, right? And they don't want to be on Cameron's bad side. Cameron does not want Felicia in the jury house. So some stuff to think about here. Jag says we have time to figure it out. We don't need to decide right now. And America's like, we're also going to have to see how this conversation with Felicia goes. If it goes the way that Felicia was planning it, I feel like it's not going to be good. But Jag is telling America, just keep it positive no matter what. We'll see what happens. So the flip talk didn't really go anywhere last night, but it is something that's being brought up. Today, not much going on so far. I think you guys were saying that they just got like a booze delivery and some party supplies because tomorrow is Bowie Jane's birthday. And I guess her fake age, what did she say she was? 32? So her fake age is 33. But in real life, I think she's going to be 46. So, or did she pretend to be 34? I think she was pretending to be 34. So she'll be fake 35. I don't know. But anyway, when is this America and Felicia conversation going to happen? Because I want to see it. Hopefully we will get to see that one. And other than that, we've got 2 days left until the eviction. As of now, Felicia is still going. I'm sure there will be many more talks about potentially flipping this vote, but who knows if it'll actually go anywhere. So I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I want to thank today's super chatters because we really appreciate you. Hello, Bowie. Oh, kisses, Bowie and Lammy. All right, our super chatters. Jack D65, thank you so much. He says cheers. Cheers to Bowie Jane's birthday.
Yeah.
Mary Ellen L, thank you so much as always. Jody Cortez, thank you so much. Jody asks, where is the chaos Cam? I guess Chaos Cam was on vacay this week.
He's getting stagnant in his old age.
Yeah, I guess he didn't want to make the big move this week because he didn't have the support of his boys.
My boys.
Yeah, Angela H, thank you so much. Angela says, if after everything that has gone down, the other house guests do not target Cam when he can't play, I genuinely feel like Cam deserves the win after all this. I know, it's insane to me that they're not just like waiting for Cameron to lose a competition again. It feels like last season with Michael, where Michael didn't win the POV, and they realized like he's got to go. But yeah, Cameron is evading that as of right now, so we'll see. I don't know, but how do you not target Cameron? I'm sorry. Insane. Don MH302, thank you so much. That was such a cute little sticker. David Cushmore, thank you so much. David asks, would you like to see Blue for eviction next? Do you think Cameron can win Big Brother? Do you want to see Matt to win the next HOH? I wouldn't mind seeing Blue go next. I do think that Blue keeps things kind of interesting though, because she is in direct opposition to like Corey and Cameron. I mean, somebody's got to take out Cameron, right? But yeah, I mean, I think it would be one of the more interesting options if she does stay. So I take that back. I don't want Blue to go next. I want like somebody who's not really doing anything to go, or Cameron. Cameron would be a good option to go. Do I think that Cameron can win Big Brother?
This is going to be so boring.
I think it's going to be a bloodbath though. He's a big shield for people right now. If he's gone, people are going to have to start making moves against each other.
I don't think they want to.
What?
Make moves. It's going to be...
Well, if they get rid of Cameron, they're going to have to. I don't know. Do I think that Cameron can win Big Brother, though? Yes. I do think he has a shot because people seem really comfortable keeping him around for now. And if they keep him around long enough, he's going to get close enough to the end where he can just win out the rest of the competitions. Definitely a possibility. And do I want to see Matt win the next HOH? I want to see someone random win the next HOH.
Daddy's gonna win.
Daddy's not eligible.
Daddy Cameron.
No, he's not eligible. He can't play in the next HOH.
No, I mean the whole thing.
Oh, yeah, he might.
Daddy, you do it.
I'm trying to think. My brain is kind of dying. Matt, if he wins HOH, what does he do? Because he's kind of like playing the middle right now and trying to like be cool with everyone. I guess he targets Mimi or Blue, right? I guess he would put them up. But I don't think Matt wants to win the next HOH. I think he's going to want to throw that on the down low. I don't know. But
no one's going to win because they're all going to throw.
Yeah, everyone's going to throw. Benjamin, thank you so much for the super chat. Benjamin says, what's your ideal scenario next week? A Corey HOH and for Cam to be backdoored would be poetic. I think I could get down with that for sure.
I don't want that.
You don't want that?
No.
I could be into it, but Yeah, I don't know. Tough to
I
say.
want to see some people pissed off. I want to see Cameron win.
He can't. I just told you, he can't
The
play.
whole thing.
I'm talking about HOH. Will you calm down, lady?
No.
So yeah,
No, I won't.
at this point, I am rooting for fun feeds. So whoever is going to stir up some drama, I'd like to see them win HOH. That's
No
my
one.
opinion. But thank you all so much for being here. We will be back tonight because the Wednesday episodes have moved to Tuesday. So
welcome.
yeah, we will be doing our recap tonight. So we hope you join us. Thank you all so much for being here. And until next time, much love. Bye everybody. Bye. Thank you. Bye.